Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, then welcome. If you're not new here, welcome back. And if you are new here, please subscribe, like the video. It's like no noise ever happens until I want to start filming. But if I was your girl. Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're not new here, welcome back. I know it's been a while, and I always say this every video, and I really do mean it. I promise. I really do. I have great intentions, but the way my schedule be set up, so I just want to come on here and do a quick little Q&A. I get these questions a lot, actually. Maybe from like 2 people. I'm just playing, but quite a few people really do ask me these questions, and I just wanted to have like a little chit chat, you know. And for the people that are new here, I just wanted y'all to kind of, I guess, get to know me as I continue to grow my channel, and just so y'all not coming on here talking to no stranger or whatever. First, before I even get started, don't forget, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe, like the video, share with your friends, and turn on the notification bell so when I do post, even with my chaotic schedule, when I do post, you're gonna know about it. Okay, so my first question is, what is the hardest thing about medical school? Of course, that's the first question, right? So I think that the hardest part of medical school, especially for me personally, I don't know about anybody else, I can't really speak for nobody else, but I know for me personally, I know y'all hear that plane, it's about to blow me. But I think the hardest thing about medical school was getting to a point where I didn't compare myself to anybody else anymore, because when I first got there, it was overwhelming because obviously everybody there is smart and everybody there is genius. It's a very competitive process, so to know that you are you're a part of the group that was chosen to be at this program or whatever. So that was something that was really hard to me. I think another hard thing for me was just trying to balance how big of a workload it was coming from undergrad, because I literally went straight through. So as soon as I graduated, my COVID graduation, I was out the door and headed to medical school, and it was a big transition for me, and it was a lot of reading, and of course reading isn't an issue, but when you're reading, like last week I read an entire textbook. I've never done that before in my entire life, so I think y'all kind of get the gist where I'm going. So I think that was just a really hard transition for me, and just kind of like trying to figure out how I was going to balance doing the things that I still enjoyed doing and things that actually made me happy all the time with being in school, going to class. Mind you, I started school in the middle of a Panda Express, so it was a lot going on, child. It was a lot. What do I do when I don't get the exam score that I want? Okay, let me tell y'all. So if any of my classmates see this, don't bring this up in person because I don't want to talk about it. But one time we had a test, and I had set a goal for what I wanted to make on the test, and when I was taking the test, I was kind of, I don't know, just during the test, sometimes the vibes don't lie during exams. I'm telling you, the vibes do not lie. If you are taking a test and you don't feel confident and you just like, this not it, it's probably not gonna be it. And that was one of those tests for me. It was like I was taking the test, but mentally I felt it in my spirit. I'm like, I don't think this is the test. Like, I don't think I'm gonna get the score that I really want. So I got the score. Y'all, I got the score. Literally, when I saw the score, I started crying. Like, a tear dropped out of my eye. Like, it was sitting at the corner of my eye. And the way our testing center is set up, it's like it's in alphabetical order. We sit in alphabetical order, and then at the end of the test, of course I take all my time. Let's start there. I take all my time, all the minutes, all the seconds, give them to me because I'm gonna probably need them. But anyway, that's not the point. The point is at the very end of the test, when everybody gets up and they have to give in their whiteboard and like the marker and like wipe their space down and all that stuff, I was in line just standing there with literally a tear sitting just in both eyes. I put my stuff up and I like ran out the door and I just went to the bathroom and I started crying. I started crying so hard, and I cried for like 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and then I said, okay, and I walked out the door and I went to the review. I saw what I got wrong. Mind you, I was very upset because the questions that I got wrong was not even worth getting wrong. It was questions that I kind of knew, and some of them I actually changed answers from wrong answers to right answers, and that always pissed me off, but whatever. So anyway, I said all that to say, sometimes you gotta go in the bathroom and you gotta cry and you gotta wipe your tears. But sometimes you just be like, okay, well, it is what it is, and you just move on. I mean, because I just feel like me crying about the test for days and days, that's not gonna help anything, because I done already failed the test at this point. So might as well suck it up and just go harder for the next exam. So I don't know, everybody might not be like that though, but for me doing not so good on something, whether it be a quiz or a test, that is usually my motivation to be like, okay girl, you can make this A or B on this next exam. Like, you can do it, you really can. So I just use that as my drive, and I just set like little personal goals, and that's just my thing. I'm very competitive with myself, and I treat myself when I do good. So if I do good on an exam, I'll be like, okay, if you do good on this exam, you can go and have dinner by yourself and just like get whatever you want. I don't know. How do I balance med school while trying to have a social life and study? I get this question a lot, and let's be very clear. I don't balance. I don't balance. It's just me personally. I feel like when you know what you want, you're gonna make it happen. And I'm not the type of person who be like, okay, on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, from 8 to 5 I study, from 6 to 7 I'm gonna do this. Like, I try to plan my day out and do time blocking and things like that. I do, and for the most part it works, but life is gonna life regardless. So sometimes you just gotta go with the flow. Sometimes I plan on studying the whole day, and then my friends call me and be like, hey, you want to go get something to eat? And I be like, yeah. Or they be like, hey girl, you want to go to brunch? Yeah. Or they be like, hey girl, we going wherever you want to go? Yeah. The only time I really might just say no is if it's something really, really big coming up, like a big exam. Like this last week, we had 2 major exams. So we had exam 3, which was the last exam for neuro, and then the 2 days later we had like the neuro final. So I didn't do anything last weekend. Well, I lied. Yes, I did. I went to a concert, and it was my boyfriend's birthday, so we went to brunch, we went to a concert, we got massages. It was great. I enjoyed it. But please know, between all of those times, I was reading the book, doing practice questions, and as soon as birthday weekend was over, I was back in the books, and I probably did not talk to anybody for 48 hours. So I guess that's how I balance. I don't know. I don't know if that's even healthy, but that's what I do. Sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do, because this is the thing with medicine that I'm learning. I'm gonna be tired regardless, right? So it's like, if I'm gonna be tired, let's do it in fashion. Let's be tired at brunch. Let's be tired on vacation. Right? Okay. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. What do I do in my free time? In my free time, I love to lay in the bed. And that sounds so, I don't know. I don't really care how it sounds. But my bed is my favorite place in the whole world. Like, my bed, Like, hotel beds, cool, whatever. Other people's beds, man. My bed, no. I'm about to start shouting. What else do I like to do in my free time? So lately I've started doing Pilates. Pilates is great. It just makes me feel really strong, you know. I never, surprisingly, I kept trying to force myself to be a yoga girl. I'm not a yoga girl, I'm a Pilates girl. I just like to spend time with my family and friends and my loved ones, because who knows what city I'll be in after this. So I try to spend as much time as I can with everybody, even though I don't have much time to spend with everybody. The time I do have, I do try. Like, family events, I try not to miss. I try not to miss birthdays. I try to show up for like just like family events when we just be hanging out and, you know, cooking and doing what people down south do, you know. I just feel like family is really important, especially in a time like this when I'm super stressed out all the time, and it's just yeah, I'm still learning my camera, so I had to change the angle and all that, whatever. How's life going? How's my mental? Honestly, I would say that life is lifing. I'm not upset about it. Yeah, I mean, I just kind of do what I can with what I got. That video, Mariah, I'm gonna do the best I can with what I got. Mood, very much energy right now. It's a good place mentally. I'm happy. I was in a very negative space, in a very negative energy last year, so I think compared to last year, I'm in a way better place and I'm a lot happier. So that's great, right? What's on my iPad and my laptop? Child, everything. I would have to do a whole separate video to show y'all what all is on that iPad and on my laptop. Do I ever plan on dancing again later in life? And if so, what exactly would I like to do? So honestly, y'all, I don't want to be a professional dancer anymore. And I used to, but I mean, that's a really toxic space sometimes, being in the industry. And I'm already in a toxic space now, low-key. So it's like, I'll just stay with the toxic space I'm in and whatever. But honestly, I love dancing, but I think that I love it more as a hobby and as something that I like to do for me instead of doing it to make a means for myself and to provide for me. I feel like people who do dance for a living, like, that's really their passion, like that's your calling, because physically, mentally, it's just very taxing, and financially, especially when you're just getting started in the industry. And I don't know, I just think I enjoy dance for what it is now, and I haven't danced in a while, especially because of COVID and all that. I took like a dance class or two during the pandemic, but other than that, I haven't really danced at all. I still stretch though, so I feel like it wouldn't be that much of a readjustment when I do decide to get back in. And yeah, I think that whenever I move, hopefully I move to a big city, fingers crossed. I hope that wherever I am placed for residency, whoever decides to scoop your girl up, I hope that it is a larger city. And even if it's not a large city, I hope that it's close enough that if there are things like that for me to do in the city that is close, I can do that with no issues. Any advice for aspiring doctors? I have lots of advice, honestly. But I think the biggest thing that I could say is comparison is the thief of joy. Do not compare yourself to anybody. Everybody's journey is different. What looks great for you might not look good for somebody else, and what works for you may not work for somebody else. Shoot, even resources as far as studying, what you use literally may not work at all for somebody else. So it's just, this journey is very tailored and individualized, and it's specifically for you. And I think that I will also tell any aspiring doctor that you are good enough, because sometimes I feel like this space is so competitive that you don't really hear that enough. And I think that it's important for people who are going through this journey or pre-meds. Like, I think that you guys should know that you are good enough, you're smart enough, you're talented enough. You have everything that you need to be a great doctor someday to some patients. And yeah, I think that's my best advice. And I will also say, be kind to yourself, be patient to yourself, give yourself lots of grace, because this is a tough journey. And it took me a long time to start giving myself grace and start showing myself the love that I tell people to show to themselves. Like, I preach self-care now, but last year I wasn't self-caring enough, and I think that's why I was in such a bad space mentally. So I would definitely say just love yourself and be patient, be kind. It's okay if you don't figure something out the minute you walk out of the classroom. It's okay. Sometimes I don't figure it out to the night before the test, but the fact of the matter is that I'm gonna figure it out. How do I cope with stress and what is like my stress detox routine? Y'all, literally after a test, the first thing I do, I come home, I take a shower, and I change into something really comfortable, and I order me some wings. I turn on a movie or a show that I really like, and I just relax. Literally, it's like clockwork. I do this every single exam. Now, sometimes I might go to like a bar or something, give me a little drink, and hang with my friends. But for the most part, my de-stress routine, post-exam routine is pretty consistent. Because after exams, I really don't like talking to people, honestly. Because the tests are like 2 hours and like 50 minutes. The last one we had was like 3 hours and 15 minutes. I don't want to talk to anybody. I just want to be silent. Everybody just be quiet and let's play the quiet game, period. My favorite song, album, artist at the moment. I don't have a favorite. I take that back. I think right now, Jasmine Sullivan is just like my favorite artist right now. And it's not even because of Hotels. That's the crazy part. Like, everybody has been talking about Hotels, but I think the girls need to go back and revisit Reality Show. Go back and just listen to it just straight through. 10 out of 10, okay? 10 out of 10. Honestly, all of her albums are really great, but Reality Show, Picasso. I can't wait to the concert. I'm going, and it's gonna be such a vibe. Can't wait. 10 out of 10. I know it's gonna be 10 out of 10. Like, it's nothing that I've listened to her sing the same songs over and over again so many times that it's sick. So, and it sounds different every time in a good way. So I don't think that anything that she does will disappoint me. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I feel like I wanted to come on here and talk to you guys because I miss YouTube. I really do. And I really feel like I haven't been having the time to put into YouTube like I want. But you make time for the things that you want in life. So no more excuses. Ooh, look at my head. So no more excuses. No more excuses. I can't. But once again, thank you for tuning in. If you watched to the end of the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And also follow me on Instagram or on TikTok if you just want to see more of my content. And that's all I got for y'all right now.